I just decided to make this video. I've got a Husky air compressor H1820F model or serial number 13842, and I had a problem with it. It was only gaining about 20 pounds per cycle and would not shut off because it doesn't reach pressure. I contacted Husky, and the gentleman there said that I needed a new set of gaskets. So for about $25 I purchased all this and this sleeve. Getting the housing off was a bastard. These were on either side of these long pieces here, long bolts on the bottom of the, running across the bottom of the case to keep the case closed at the bottom. And of course they don't want you in there, which I got in there. So I'm taking this apart, and I imagine there must be somebody else out there who's had this problem. So after I got the case off, use a tubing wrench to take this here off. This whole assembly comes off then, and we'll go from there and see what happens here. Of course, my wife loves that I'm doing this in the dining room because it's snowing outside and it's too damn cold in the basement. So I don't think there's no springs or nothing in there. It's just a diaphragm. So I'll just get the, oh, this whole thing's coming, okay. Set you over here. There's a gasket on here, and this thing is bone friggin' dry, so that's probably where I'm not getting any seal around here. This doesn't look too bad, actually. In fact, I'd have to say this is probably my only bad part right here. Bet you the rest of this is fine. So I'm not even going to take this apart, because all this looks pretty much fine. So I'm just going to leave this for now. I'll run a test run with the housing off and see how it goes with just replacing this gasket. If I still have malfunction, then I'll go after these gaskets in here. This baby's cooked right here. And it looks like it's going to be a hex head to get that off. It's a two-part piston. And of course they weren't smart enough to use the same hex head as to get that manifold off. That first try. Ah.